back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Nuella. If you're new here, welcome to the lovely family, and if you're an old subscriber, welcome back. Please, if you're new here, please subscribe. Please subscribe. It's actually free of charge. Anyways, today's video I'm going to be doing like a step-by-step process of how to come and study in Ukraine as an international student. I got a lot of DMs after I finished posting my watch this before coming to Ukraine and being black in Ukraine. So many people started asking me about like good schools to come to study in Ukraine, if they should take their WAEC with them, if they even need international passport. Like legit, somebody asked me if they need international passport. Like, how are you going to leave your country if you're not using international passport? But I guess some people don't know some information. So I'm going to take you guys along with me. This process I'm talking about is the process I did in 2017. That is 4 years ago. The process may have changed now due to COVID. Some health certificates you have to provide would be different because there is COVID, so you obviously need to provide a COVID certificate. And some things may have changed. Some things may now be online because it's a pandemic. So I'm just going to tell you guys how I did it before coming. The process might be different for everybody, but this is just roughly what you need to do, okay? I'm also going to release a video. I'm going to make another video about like top 10 universities in Ukraine, which would actually help you to choose a school, because not all schools in Ukraine are good schools, okay? Anyways, let's just jump right into the video because I feel like I've talked a lot. Okay, so guys, the first step is to get your international passport. Go to the immigration and apply for your international passport, because you can't actually do anything at all without your international passport. Applying for the school, you need your international passport, like, is it ID number? So yeah, if you and your parents have concluded and agreed that you are coming to Ukraine, then the first thing you should do is to get your international passport. That's the first step. Then the second step is to gather your WAEC results. I know somebody asked me if he needs WAEC results to come here or if he needs to write any other exam. Guys, I only came with my WAEC results. I don't know how it is right now, but I know you can only come with your WAEC results. I don't know about NECO because I did not use NECO. Personally, I used my WAEC results. Gather your WAEC results because you use it to apply for this school. Then the third step is to start researching on the school you want to apply to. Now, in my next video, I'm going to do a video about the top 10 universities in Ukraine. So maybe from there you can get a good university that can fit your budget to come to. At this point, you should research for the university you want to come to, and after researching, then you start applying for the university. For me personally, I applied to 2 universities. I applied to Odessa National Medical University and Dnipro State Medical University. Okay, so after applying for this university, the next step is to get their admission letter. So in the admission letter should have your name, your international passport ID number, the amount of school fees you're supposed to be paying yearly, and your accommodation fee if you're going to stay in their hostel, and other things. Guys, if you get the admission letter, you're going to see it. Now, after getting this admission letter, for me, I applied for 2 schools, so I got 2 admission letter, but you can only get 1 invitation letter. Okay, I think I'm going ahead of myself. After getting their admission letter, the next step is to actually get their invitation letter. And you can only get invitation letter for 1 school. So you have to settle on what school you want to go to and tell them you want their invitation letter. So this invitation letter is going to cost money, okay? It's going to actually cost you money. Invitation letter, as of when I'm coming, it's between $300 to $500. I paid $500. Christian said he paid $300 or $200, I think. So I'm going to just say between the amount of $300 to $500 is the payment for invitation letter. Now, when you pay for invitation letter, you're going to pay for invitation letter through Western Union or MoneyGram. When you're going to pay for invitation letter, guys, research. There are actually scammers out there, and you don't want to pay $500 to someone that is not real. You get, so be very, very careful when you're going to pay for your invitation letter. Now, after paying for your invitation letter is going to arrive within 2 weeks to 1 month, depending on your address. And guys, please put a good address that is very, very easy to find, because that is where they are going to send your invitation letter to. Anyways, after you have paid for your invitation letter, now you're waiting for your invitation letter to come, right? But before your invitation letter gets to you, I mean, you can't stay idle for 2 weeks or up to a month. You have to actually start gathering your documents. This is where more money comes in and it starts getting stressful. Guys, I'm using natural light and the sun is coming up and down, so just in case the video is up and down, please just manage like that, okay? Okay. So you start gathering your documents. Guys, this will be different from it for each and every one, but this is just my own process, okay? And this was 4 years ago. Guys, I'm looking at my book because I don't want to miss any point. So you get your state of origin from your Igwe. You would also get affidavit from the court. Okay, so when I was coming, I was 16 or 17, I can't really remember. So I was underage, so I had to get affidavit from the court that I'm capable of taking care of myself or something like that. I can't really remember what the affidavit was for, but I had to get it. Then I also have to go to the hospital. Now, it's not just any hospital you go to. I had to go to specific hospitals that actually work with the Ukraine embassy in Nigeria to get my blood test, to show that I'm not HIV positive, to show that I'm free from hepatitis B, and all of those stuff. Obviously, right now you would also need a COVID. I'm sure of that. You would need a COVID test. So you can't do this in any hospital, please. Just check their website. If I can find their website, I'll leave it in the description box down below. Go to their website and see what you're required to do, because this process was 4 years ago. Okay? Okay. Yes, so guys, I have some details on my phone, so I'll be looking at my phone. Anyways, all these documents is actually for the visa process, okay? And you also need your invitation letter for the visa process. That was why I said while the invitation letter is on the way coming, you should be bringing all these documents together, okay? So for your visa process, you would need these documents. You would need like medical tests of fitness. I think I've said it, HIV test, hepatitis test from specialized hospitals that work with Ukraine embassy in Nigeria. And it should also be legalized by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Ministry of Health. Yes, they should legalize it. Then you also have to take your WAEC results, your statement of results from your secondary school. So for me, I had to go back to my secondary school to take attestation letter. Yes, it is called attestation letter. So it was to show that I actually graduated high school from this particular school, and I did my WAEC in that particular school. And all of those documents, you need to take it to the Ministry of Education. So it has to be legalized by the Ministry of Education and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. This was then. I don't know about now, okay? So you also need eligibility letter that is issued by the Ministry of Education of Nigeria, stating that the applicant, which is you, yes, you, has completed secondary school at a recognized school in Nigeria, and he or she is entitled to pursue his or her bachelor's degree at higher educational institutes in Nigeria or other countries. So you need that eligibility letter from the Ministry of Health of Education in Nigeria. You also need that. Guys, this was why I said this process was very, very stressful for me and my dad, because me and my dad were going through this process, and Going from one ministry of this to ministry of this, it was actually not easy in the hot sun, because then it was hot in Nigeria, and we don't even live in Abuja because all these things are in Abuja, so we had to keep traveling back and forth. So just be ready for the stress, okay? Be ready for the stress and the money, because money is going to come out, okay? Anyways, you also need to get your birth certificate. When you get your birth certificate, Jesus Christ, your birth certificate is one of the documents you need to gather. You have to get your birth certificate from the hospital you were giving birth to, or from the, who is this person passing? Or from the National Population Commission, and it should be legalized by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Then you also need receipts from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Nigeria for payment of the legalization of the following documents. Listen, you need insurance policy. You need original sponsorship letter in a form of a court affidavit, which must include the full name of your sponsor. If your sponsor is your parent, it must include the person's name. If it is your guardian, your auntie or your uncle or your brother or your sister, it needs to include that. Of your sponsor, his or her address, the person's telephone number, the email, the person's email, if any, and obligation of a sponsor to cover expenses of an applicant. So basically, your sponsor needs to get a court affidavit that the person have the amount of money needed in dollars to be able to sponsor you, pay your school fees and your living expenses here, okay? And this amount should be stated in dollars, please, not in naira. So you also need these are the following documents. I'm still listing out the document too. So your sponsor has to get like a nice quality photocopy of his or her national ID card or international passport. That person needs it. Then you also need original recent bank statement of the person sponsoring you. Their bank statement for the past 6 months, because they will check if you have the money. Let me tell you, they will check it. Yes. Then after you have gathered all these documents and it has been legalized by the constitution that is meant to legalize it, then you have to translate documents. You're coming to Ukraine, they don't speak English here, so they need your documents to be in Ukrainian language. You need to translate your documents. So you have to translate about 6 or 7 documents, but the ones I can remember, I will tell you guys now, okay? You have to translate your testimonial from your school now, your secondary school that you graduated from here. Yes, you have to translate it. You have to translate your statement of results. You have to translate your eligibility letter. The eligibility letter you got from the Ministry of Education that you have studied in a good school in Nigeria, you need to translate that. Then you also need to translate your birth certificate. You need to translate your HIV test and your fitness test into Ukrainian language. So basically, after you've gathered all these things, maybe by then actually your listing letter should have come, your invitation letter should have arrived, because this process takes a long time. For me, it took a long time because I was doing this alone with my dad. So we don't have connect. You have to have connect if you want it to go very fast. We didn't have connect, we were doing it on our own, so we actually spent weeks doing all these things I told you guys. I know I just said it, in 5 minutes I finished saying it. It's not easy. It's not like that. And a lot of money we're going at, because for anything you have to legalize, you have to pay. Your blood test, all of those things, you have to pay. It's not free. Anyways, after we have gotten all these documents, I don't know if you have a trusted agency, I would advise you use a trusted agent. I keep saying trusted because so many people can scam you, especially in Nigeria. So you need to use like a trusted agency to go through all this Ministry of Health, Ministry of Education, Ministry of this, because it would actually be much easier for you if you do it that way. If you guys want a trusted agency, or if you want an agent, you can text me on Instagram. I will give you one, okay? Anyways, after we have gotten all these documents ready, I and my dad, we now went to apply at the embassy of Ukraine in Nigeria. I've come to the visa part. Please take all these documents with you. Don't forget anything, especially your invitation letter. Please don't forget it at home, especially if you're not living in Abuja. Get a file you can compile all these documents with, so that you will not go there and be stranded and you will look like you don't know what you're doing, because they will deny you visa if you do that, okay? Anyways, when you go for your visa interview, please be confident. I know what I'm saying because I was denied visa the first time, okay? So for me, I was like 16, so I was like, they denied me visa, don't do that one. Sorry, don't just go there for visa interview. Go to their website and book an appointment. If you just go there like that, nobody would answer you. Book an appointment for your visa interview. Go and do your visa interview. Be confident. If you ask me, I would advise you to use an agent, because these people are looking for coins. They are looking for money, okay? I'll advise you to use an agent. Okay, so for me, when I went for my visa interview, I was 16, so I was stupid. So they asked me who gathered all my documents for me. I was supposed to say myself, because this was a tricky question. They asked me that question, so if I say I am the one, it's fine. But if I say I'm not the one, then why are you coming to Ukraine alone? How are you going to survive if you can't do things alone? Do you grab? But I wasn't 100% the only person that did it. So I just said my dad did the gathering of the documents, and the guy was like, how old are you? I'm like, I'm 16. He was like, okay, no problem. When you go to your visa interview, be confident. Look the person eyeball to eyeball. If they ask, I say eyeball, Jesus, eyeball to eyeball. If they ask you who gathered all your documents, I did it myself. Just be very, very confident. But I think now it's actually harder to get visa when you just go there. You did not pay anybody to, in Nigeria, let's be realistic. You're in Nigeria. If you're watching this, you're in Nigeria. You know that everything in Nigeria, you need to know somebody that probably knows somebody inside or something. So I would actually advise you to use an agent. So after you've gotten your e-visa, it has been approved, then you will start rejoicing. Me, I did not tell anybody I was going through the process. Nigerians, that we just think witches and wizards from our village will come and hijack the process. So I did not tell anybody. I booked my flight, I did everything. I still did not tell anybody. I only told people I'm in Ukraine when I landed in Ukraine, because that's a superstitious belief, okay? I did it, you shouldn't do it. Please tell your friends that you're coming to Ukraine. Guys, I forgot to mention that after they have denied me visa the first time, the second time I had to pay an agent to help me get the visa. So yeah, basically I booked my flight ticket and I came to Ukraine. Guys, like I said, I'm going to do a video about the top 10 Ukrainian universities in Ukraine. Medical universities, okay? I'm going to do a video about the cost of living in Ukraine as an international student. I'm also going to do a video on probably what to bring with you when you're coming to Ukraine. Because guys, I brought very stupid things with me. Can you imagine? I brought pots to Ukraine. Now that I'm thinking of it, I was very stupid. If you want an agent, like I said, you can text me on Instagram. You guys should follow my Instagram page. If you made it up until this extent in this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, okay? Please, I beg. Subscribe is free, totally free. I also do Ukraine vlogs. If you want to see my life in Ukraine, all these things. I did previous videos about watch this before coming to Ukraine. Watch it, please. It's important. That one day. Being black in Ukraine, that one day. Just scroll. You'll see videos on my channel And please subscribe. Thank you all. Anyways guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I wish you all the best of luck when you're going for all these processes, because I know guys it's a lot and it's a lot of work. So I wish you guys all the best of luck. I hope all of you get your visas, pack your bags and leave Nigeria. Guys, you're coming here to study. But I wish you guys the best of luck and I'll see you guys in my next video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and I love you guys. Bye.